In the previous lesson, we finished the portfolio part of the home page. It's this one right here. Well, now we just have two more sections to add. One of them is a quote section, and the other is a section with contact information. Now, the quote section is merely a call to action in the home page. We don't have a form here. Instead, we'll have the form in the contact page. So the home page will have like a title, some description, and a link to the contact page. So let's get to it. Before we do that, I just want to make one quick change. I checked my notes earlier and it seems I got the dark BG color wrong. For some reason I mixed the color codes. So the correct color code is 1A2128. Okay, so we're gonna add the swatches as dark BG. Okay, remove the old one, and also we're gonna update these sections. Okay, perfect. Now we're gonna create a new group, call it quote area, and then with the rectangle tool we'll draw one that's about 1300 by say 300. Okay, using the same dark BG color. Align it on the top like that. Call it BG, and we'll start with a text area, and the text area will make it 370 pixels in width. It's just as big as the portfolio entries. So we're going to say something like need a quote, again we'll leave the same spacing of 48 pixels on the top. Okay, and the font here will be bitter because we want to use an H6, this one right here, which is 14 pixels, bitter, regular, uppercase. So actually let's copy this and paste it here. Align it on the center, fill it with white, and we're gonna say need a quote. Okay, next we have some text that's actually the default text, 16 pixels, and of course it's not uppercase. So the text should say something like, you know, please use the form in the contact page. Okay, like this. Also, we'll use light text. Okay, and then we'll put a link like get a free quote. And here we can have like a little arrow. And for arrow, we're going to use this the symbol here, right arrow. It has it also has like an HTML code. So I'm going to grab this. And I'm going to paste it right there. This is a link, so it should have like the primary button color. And this text shouldn't be white. It's just it's too bold right now. So I'm going to make a slightly lighter color than the background. And that color is 68, 70, 78. Also add this to swatches as text on dark BG. Okay, great. Okay, let's check out the letter spacing for this. Should be 0, and line height should be set to 24. Okay, great. So that is the first section. Let's resize this so it matches our baseline grid. Oops, sorry about this. Photoshop is going crazy here. Let's see. I think something's wrong here with the line height. Because all of these elements should have 24 pixels. Okay, so now they match perfectly with the baseline grid. Okay, just a few finishing touches. Okay, cool. So that is the quote area. Next up, let's create the contact area. Okay, and for that, we're gonna duplicate the text. Okay, we're gonna use the default text color. Make sure you position it correctly, leave 48 pixels on the top. And here, the title should say something like, just want to say hi. And the text should say something like, you can call me, email me directly, or connect with me through my social networks or my social network profiles. Also, let's provide some like some contact information, maybe a phone number. Okay, this is actually a link, and this we're going to use the light text. Okay, perfect. Next up, let's do some social icons. I'm using the Ico Moon Photoshop shapes, just like I mentioned in some previous videos. And they also kindly provide some nice social icons. So we'll grab the Twitter one. We'll make it 32 pixels in height. Make sure you check preserve proportions. Click OK. And I'm using 32 pixels because we also have the secondary button here, which is 32 pixels. So it only seems natural to have like a matching element. Okay, so Twitter here. Let's see, for color, we gotta choose, let's see, border color looks pretty good. So DC, DB, DB. Okay, let's add one more, maybe for Facebook. Again, 32 pixels. And another one, maybe for Dribble. Okay, great. So select all of these, align them on the center of each one, and okay. So we'll position these at about 12 pixels from each other. Just like that. And then select the whole group, align it on the center, and position it just like that. So leave one row of spacing between them and the contact information. Okay. Next up, we just have to make the copyright area. So let's create like the footer, or actually, let's call this one footer. Okay, we're going to use a separator. It's kind of a special type of separator. Use the rectangle tool, 370 pixels in width, 1 pixel in height. Align it on the center. Align it with the grid. Call it HR. And then I'm going to apply a gradient overlay. The style of the gradient should be radial. So it starts from the center and, it dissipates towards the edges. And the gradient should be like from white to like a very light gray, something like that. Okay, make sure the angle is set to 0. Okay, so now you got like one of those lines that kind of fade at each end. Click OK. And finally, we have a small text with the traditional copyright information. So copyright 2013. Okay, great. Let's use some light text for this. Okay, we're almost done, but I just remembered now when I made this separator that we need to add it someplace else, and that is right here on the top. Now I'll explain why in just a bit. So header, we're going to duplicate this. Okay, we're going to put it right there. So let's bring it up. Okay, and we'll put it right above the main contact area. And by doing that, we create this kind of separate area here on the middle, which adds a little bit of depth to the whole design. And that this HR is not just for the aesthetics. It will actually serve a separate purpose on the other pages, as we'll see in the next videos. Okay, and that's about it. That is the home page. Let's do a quick recap. So we have the logo, the menu on the top, and then a small description, the portfolio area with call to action, then the quote area, and the contact area finally with social icons and some contact information. Okay, in the next lesson we'll take care of the portfolio index, so the page that opens when you click on the portfolio link in the menu. Until then, thank you for watching. Bye bye.